Alrighty. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the arena. Sorry, I got I got a cough real quick. Give me a sec. Okay, I am super excited for this one, Omnihorse. Today we have Alice Chen. Let me see, Alice sent me a message. Yep, let's see, I got Christy Andy, and then Frederick, if you're in the audience, go ahead and request for me so I can bring you up.
Thank you for having us. This is Alice.
Hey, what's going on, Alice? Thank you for coming on. I'm excited to hear more about Omnihorse. I think it's a really exciting project, and you guys are obviously doing a lot by tokenizing real-world assets. I'm not going to steal your thunder. Good afternoon, Whalecoin Talk community. My name is Noah. I'm here today with Alice, Christian, Frederick of the Omnihorse team. Before we get started, do you guys want to give us a quick background of who you are, your career paths, and how you found yourselves working in the Web3 industry?
Yeah, of course. I'll start first. So I am the marketing coordinator on the team. I've been with Omnihorse since the day the project started, and my background is in marketing. So I went to USC for marketing, and I graduated last year. But before graduation, I actually worked in the DeFi space, and I worked on other projects also on the marketing side. And I've always been interested in NFTs. I also collect NFTs myself, so I got into this project because of the ideas and how the projects I guess like really just ideas attract me a lot. And I'm in LA. Omnihorse is also in LA, so I think it's the perfect fit.
Sweet.
I guess.
Yeah, go for it, Frederick. Christian.
Absolutely. So I'll give an intro. I've been in tech for about 12 years, traditional IT. I have some background in cybersecurity. In 2016, 2017, I started really understanding the benefits of blockchain technology and started to understand where things were going. At that time, I had my first startups, Coin Squad, was working on a service provider like a Geek Squad for cryptocurrency. That was like my first Web3 startup. That was just to get acquainted with the technology and provide service to others. That was a part of Draper Goren Home. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the audience who know who Tim Draper is. I also did some work with Adara. I did some work with another project called Gifts that got a #1 startup award from Pepperdine University. A couple years ago, I did a cryptocurrency exchange called H2 Crypto, and it was fully focused around 24/7, 365 support. And I had an operations role in there, a COO title, which gave me the experience of actually building a business as well as marketing it. So in September, I detached from that project, which was fortunate because now a month later, all the FTX stuff happened. It was a centralized exchange. And I decided that I wanted to go in fully into something that was Web3 immersive, DeFi, DAOs, just metaverse, a lot of things that I hadn't had experience with. And that's when Omnihorse kind of presented itself. And I was brought into the team in October. So that's a little bit of my background.
Hey, this is Christian. I'm the business development manager for Omnihorse. I've been inside of Web3 NFTs for about a year and a half. I started like during the pandemic. Prior to taking that role, I've had several other roles inside other Web3 projects as an advisor, community manager, as well as a collaboration manager. I've always been a serial entrepreneur all my life. I started my first business as a junior in college, running a nightlife marketing and promotions agency. And I ran that business successfully for over 15 years, as well as started many other businesses in fashion and food as well. So that's a little bit of rundown about me.
Awesome, team. So let's jump right in. Give us a high-level overview of what Omnihorse is and what exactly you guys are tokenizing as NFTs.
Yeah, I think answering this question, I'll go first into how Omni started and how this project idea actually come to like the way it is today. So our founder, Kia Drabchan, he is the original thought leader, creator behind this project. And in his career as a football agent in early 2000, Kia and his team developed a concept at the time which like relates to how our NFT work today, which is purchasing the rights of the football players and having these rights as an agent and distribute them as a business. And Kia started AMO racing right after, I think, 2012. Um, Somewhere around that time, and which becomes like a tier one UK racing facility now. So the racing world, the sport is extremely limited to people who are willing to put a lot of wealth behind it, and that's when like because cryptocurrency and NFTs got very trendy, as well as like more people realize the utilities. Kia thought it is a time to bring like this concept with this his decades of experience to encourage young enthusiasts to be more engaged in horse racing without actually owning a horse. So owning a horse takes a lot of work, not only just like finding the horse, but also there's a lot of effort just involved in like managing the horses, as well as finding them a good fit into the races, and how to train them, how to maintain them, how to take good care of them. So that's how we originally gathered the ideas for Omnihorse. So this project is all about bridging real world horse racing and the metaverse to establish like a NFT based private jockey clubs to allow its NFT holders, which are the club members, to enjoy this owner like experiences. And what we have is a platform that utilizes like hybrid NFTs to link real life elite thoroughbreds with in real life experiences, as well as digital utilities. So Omnihorse is definitely like a digital product where people have that offline, like in real life experience to race events, but also having that digital experience, like of many elements of the things that you will see in the crypto space. Not only as an NFT project, we have like these membership utilities, but also we do beyond much more beyond that, including like the mining program where our NFT holders lock in their NFTs and they can be rewarded by how the horse perform in real life. And also in the future game, we're gonna also tie that real life aspect into our Omniland, the metaverse game that soon comes out. But without further saying, I will yeah, this is like a high level introduction, but I'm sure we'll go into the details of what this project is and how that lays out every single element.
Yeah, of course. So I guess my first question is, when people buy these NFTs, it gets them membership into a jockey club, correct?
Correct. So each of the NFTs represent a membership, and it depends on which NFT collections that you get into, because each collection is linked to a real life racehorse. And inside the Omnihorse ecosystem, we have over 150 racehorses right now. So that's like how you associate that NFT to a specific horse and the jockey club.
So each club is linked to one real life horse, and that horse has been researched and certified by horse racing industry professionals. What goes into the process of certifying these horses?
Yeah, so for us, like for Omnihorse, we partner with AMO Racing, And AMO Racing, as like an experienced racing company, pretty well established in the UK. A lot of professionals in the racing industry recognize us and recognize AMO, this company. And from the AMO side, of course, as an established racing company, they have professionals who help them like since day one. They help the horse. There's horse manager, so the racing manager, he helps pick out like which horses are actually going to be purchased by AMO Racing. And these horses, as they grow up and as they attend races, they're recognized by the British Horse Racing Authority, which they will receive a score from these authorities and proving that these horses have the capabilities of like racing, not only racing, but later goes into breeding, certifying them becoming like a stallion for later like the breeding capabilities too. So it definitely goes into like the professionals in the horse racing industry. So it's not determined by Omnihorse saying, oh, we're certifying one horse. It's really up to like the industry standard and the professionals who are handling like horse racing for years.
So let's say I purchase an NFT. I'm now part of one of the jockey clubs, and I'm paid yields or dividends based on how well the horse of that jockey club does in real life races.
Christian?
Yeah. Yep. So with the private jockey clubs, there's that's one of the utilities of holding a Omnihorse NFT. So I like to break the experiences down into two different ways. One of the benefits is more on the experiences side, and the other benefit is more on the passive earning side. On the experiences side, as you stated, it gets you into a private jockey club as being a Omnihorse NFT holder. And this unlocks luxury lifestyle experiences that were pretty much reserved only for racing insiders and owners of the horse. But through NFTs and using that technology, we're able to share benefits of owning a thoroughbred racehorse amongst a community of racing enthusiasts and Web3 natives. Some of those experiences include VIP level box seating and being able to hang out with owners, in real life stable visits, as well as the winter circle celebrations. And the benefits of the jockey club depends on which horse that you've minted. Each of these horses perform at different levels, so they participate in different races. And in order to have exposure to horses that compete at a high level, it just really depends on if your horse is going to be competing in that particular race. We have decentralized communities that are managed by our holders, and those holders get a vote on actions and decisions of the jockey club that they're a part of. Some of the other utilities include having token-gated access into our Discord channels, so you can engage with, like a like-minded community of horse racing enthusiasts, experts, and trainers. And it also gets you early access into our metaverse game, Omniland, that is set to come out in Q2 of 2023. Now, on the other side, which is the passive earning side, that's our horsepower mining program. It's a program that we set up to incentivize our NFT holders to gain daily accumulation of our token OMH. Right now, currently, that is the main utility for our holders. And there's a different aspect to the horsepower mining program as well that we like to coin the race to earn. It's a concept that's similar to other ecosystems, how they have like a move to earn for a project like Steppen, who uses their sneakers to accumulate step tokens. In our ecosystem, when a horse wins a race or generates revenue from breeding, the horse of the entity that you're holding gets the owners an accelerated accumulation of our native token OMH. So I hope that clears it up.
Yeah, definitely lots to unpack there. I want to focus on the NFTs. You currently have 3 mintable NFTs that represent the jockey club, and correct me if I'm wrong: Girl Magic, Distinguished Lady, and Purple Lady. Can you explain the differences between each of these? I see that there is obviously a price difference, one being 0.0 ETH, one being 0.12, and the other one being 0.24. But I also see a difference in horsepower. So can you explain what exactly horsepower means and also why there is a difference in prices, because obviously Girl Magic has the highest horsepower, but it's the cheapest one, and Purple Lady has the lowest horsepower, but it's like the middle one. So curious to know what each of those, how each of those metrics are determined.
Currently, our horsepower ranking is through the British Horse Racing Authority. So they're the ones that give us that rating, and that rating will dictate how much of a daily accumulation that you get of our token. Currently, the way that our mints are set up is that each of our horses have an actual value, so we don't just make up these numbers. There's a price for each of our horses, and our mints break down to the actual value of the horse, and that's why they're all different, because the horse ranking powers basically signify different attributes that the horse has, and also all the horses compete at a different level. So the different level that the horse competes in will get you into different races, such as like the Belmont Stakes, Kentucky Derby, and Breeders' Cup.
And how often are these IRL events, like hanging out with the club members or being in the box seats, are these something that people can fly over to LA and participate in any time, or are they, is it more like once a month or a few times a year type events?
We're mainly pushing the bigger racing competitions, so those will come around like yearly at the same time, and then when it gets close to those dates, we'll be able to raffle tickets to those events to the holders of those NFTs that of the horse NFTs that are competing in those races.
Understood. And currently, I see that Distinguished Lady is the hot sale. What is the reason for that being the highlighted horse or jockey club?
It's just a horse that we'll pick different horses inside of our ecosystem to showcase them, and currently Distinguished Lady has definitely had a good outcome this year, so she's one of the horses that we're featuring right now on, as a hot sale on our website.
And how often do the horses race?
It varies depending on which horse. We have 150 horses inside our stable. So right now, racing is kind of like for the big races, it's kind of on a hiatus. So I would say the next year's race is going to start probably around like March, April time.
Cool. And I know you guys are really excited about Omniland. I see that in the 2023 roadmap. Can you give us some more insight into that? Is it going to be play to earn game? Or is it going to be play and earn? What's the game plan for that metaverse?
Sure. So it's a PvE. So it's going to be like a Web 2/Web 3 type of environment. You're going to be able to breed digital horses from the real horses, or the Omni NFT horses, and we've also got the AI component of the Omniland, which is called OmniBrain, which makes decisions about the game. So I'll give you a little bit of a brief description on it. Omniland is a AI-powered metaverse game derived from real-life horses, thoroughbred race horses, and racetracks, using real-world assets to create a new digital experience in general. And with our Omnihorse ecosystem, each player can entitle themselves to different roles, such as like a horse owner or a trainer or a jockey, or you can also own like a stable or a racetrack. And all participants in the game, regardless of the different roles, can enjoy horse racing as a sport, and they can benefit from a real in-game economy system. So.
I think you might be muted there, Noah.
Oh, odd. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So you guys have a utility token, OMH, and I was curious to hear about the tokenomics and the ecosystem utilities that it provides?
Sure. This would be more of a question for the tokenomics for Christian.
Yeah, so currently OMH, well, first of all, OMH has liquidity, so you can swap OMH out for Ethereum on Uniswap. So currently, the main way to gain OMH is through our horsepower mining program. Next year, we'll be having a marketplace so that you'll be able to use OMH inside of a marketplace to purchase NFTs from us, as well as buy our merch and use OMH to purchase racing tickets for next year's events. And you'll also be able to use OMH inside Omniland, our AI simulated metaverse game, coming out in Q2 of 2023.
Where is it currently trading?
On Uniswap.
Any centralized exchanges?
Not at the moment.
And with staking, are we earning emissions on a consistent basis, or is it periodic?
It's a daily accumulation of OMH. So as long as you stake it, you will get OMH daily.
And guys, what's your favorite NFT currently of the ones available?
Me personally, I like Lady Hollywood. She's been competing in some of the top races this year, such as Breeders' Cup, and she's looking like one of the horses in our stables that have great potential for next year.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Just giving some more information on like Lady Hollywood and the clubs. So as our horses attend like the top races across like the globe, including Breeders' Cup, Kentucky Derby, as well as like Royal Ascot, they do accumulate a large load of rewards, even sometimes like because these races they have like a millions of dollars of prize pool. So for Lady Hollywood, like for the races that she competed in, like for 2 races she already accumulated over 50,000 euros. So I think she's definitely doing very well. But if you would have to ask me, I would say like I like Distinguished Lady too, who's like the hot sale right now, just because the reason why we have her on hot sale, as Christian said, is that we want to give some spotlight to our horses, but also Distinguished Lady, her parents, like her pedigree is the out of the best pedigrees, and also she has like good racing record. But also with like future looking insights, we believe she has like the potential to run big races too. So within the horse industry, there is certain stuff that people definitely look at when they look at what horses do better than other horses. But for us, we take all the factors into consideration and try to give like as much information as possible to the NFT holders, so they can also have these information on hand to help them decide.
So I do see that Lady Hollywood, among a lot of other horses, are not for sale yet. Do you guys have plans for rolling those out?
Yeah, we're actually we have a mint coming out next year, early next year, called the Omnihorse Legendary League, and they feature Lady Hollywood, Wallbanks, and Go Bears Go, which are the top 3 horses inside the Ammo racing stable. So we've just been campaigning with other Web3 communities, trying to onboard new users and let them know about our ecosystem. So we've been campaigning with that. We have probably about like over 40 collaborations at the moment with different communities, just trying to get the word out.
So yeah, and also for today, so what Christian was just talking about is our Legendary League allow list. So for today, we also have this allow list giveaway. If people can go to our Twitter, follow us, and retweet our pinned tweet, we'll raffle some people off the allow list and give the spots when the AMA gets to the end, and possibly announcing the winners. But we'll definitely pick some audience here. We appreciate the time that you guys listen to us, and of course, to know more about Omnihorse, we definitely would like to award some audience here with the Legendary League allow list. So please go ahead and do that to earn your chance for the spot.
So I do see that the pinned tweet here it's the one where you guys are quoting our AMA announcement, correct?
Yeah, I just pinned the join Omnihorse and WorldCoin talk in 30 minutes. That tweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna pin it to the space so that people can see it. Give me 1 sec to do that. Okay, so audience members, I have pinned that tweet to the space. As you just heard, Alice mentioned that audience members are going to be given access to the allow list. Definitely, are there limited spots, Alice? I'm not sure if you mentioned that.
We'll be giving 10.
10
so
spots.
For today's AMA, yeah, because there are quite some people listening, and we're definitely we're 10 allow list spots during today's AMA.
Exciting.
So
thank you guys for that.
Follow us and retweet that tweet. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. I have a couple audience members that have questions, and if others have questions, I'm opening up the floor. Rahmat, you are first.
Yeah, thank you, Noah. Okay, so it's mentioned on your white paper that players become members by holding NFT and can enjoy IRL events and metaverse experiences. It got me thinking that if any NFT holder is not living in the region where in real life event is taking place, will they be able to delegate their ticket or pass to anyone in the area where the IRL event is taking place?
Yeah, I think so. For the situation, it really depends. We will try our best possible to arrange the events, and also there's like if that's a big race, and that's for instance Royal Ascot or Kentucky Derby, we'll try our best possible to accommodate the incoming NFT holders and arrange them to like have this trip. But it really depends on what situation it is, and it really depends on how many tickets are available at the event.
Okay, so it will also be necessary for these members to be KYC to you, because they will going to have the VIP access to all these events. So how will you going to verify the identity?
We are dropping NFTs as like a ticket to the event attendees, and as with the NFT, they can literally use the NFT to redeem for the ticket, or they can send it to another friend if they cannot attend the event. So we'll send an NFT as proof.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much for answering. How about you, Noah?
No problem. Thanks.
Ground Zero, you got a question?
Yeah, thanks, Noah. Okay, so during the course of the AMA, you actually made mention of the AI simulated horse tracking platform. While the horse racing is actually a good thing in the real world, when these horses fall sick or are having problems, it usually causes their owners serious heartache, and they try to resolve it as quickly as possible. Exactly how much replication of the real life instances is it embedded in your AI simulation of this real world events?
So all of the data that is in the outside world is we use that data and we pump it directly into the Omni brain. We pump it directly into the metaverse. So all of the data from the win rate, from endurance, from speed, from gender, bloodline, past race history, or cooling down period, which is kind of what we're discussing right now. All of that data gets plugged into OmniBrain to build out the prediction model.
Okay, so so I guess it is constantly monitored and updated by the real world instance. For example, say if a horse is taking a break or is on its way to a veterinary clinic, I guess that particular horse is also paused in the virtual environment. Am I correct?
That's correct. It will have a cooldown period that's associated with that horse.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So, how about virtual horse racing platforms? Do you guys have anything doing that? What do I mean by this? Say a virtual horse racing event, excluding the one the real life. Do you guys also have a virtual horse racing platform?
Could you repeat this question? It's still kind of foggy on this.
Okay. You guys actually made mention. I've clarified that you're real connected to the real world events platform where people can horse races and events related theory. Say a virtual horse racing platform in the future.
Yeah, groundbreaking. You're kind of choppy. You're breaking up a bit. Yeah, so I didn't quite catch the Frederick. I didn't quite catch the question either, but I am curious to know if you guys plan on expanding the number of horses as you guys breed more and as more and more members start to join your jockey clubs. If you guys have a goal for a number of horses you want in your portfolio, let's say a year from now.
Yeah, I think the metric was 2,000 horses in the stables that we have the rights to. And in the future, the breeding program, you're going to be able to take 2 existing NFTs and then breed those. And that's going to be very special as well. So it will actually bring more light to the original NFTs because you're breeding from your existing NFTs for our breeding program. So lots of horses.
But I meant the.
I'm sorry.
But I meant the actual, like, the horses you have IRL. Right, so if I breed 2 NFT horses or 2 horse NFTs, those aren't necessarily being bred IRL.
No, they aren't. This is going to be like a virtual breeding inside of our metaverse environment, our Omniland.
Got it. Yeah. So I was more curious about the actual horses that you have currently versus how many you plan on having, let's say, a year, 2 years from now.
I don't think we really have like a designated metric right now. We have got 150, and I do know that there are certain metrics about breeding. You're only allowed to breed X amount per quarter, but we don't have like a fixed amount of how many are going to be like a market cap, so to speak. And if Christian or Alice want to chime in on this, please do so.
Yeah, so I think the plan for the next 3 years is to have over 1,000 of real life racehorses, but nothing is like a settled plan, so we can't guarantee the number. But AMO Racing has been constantly acquiring new horses. We actually have 50 baby horses right now that are haven't raced yet, and they still haven't even being trained yet. So there's definitely a lot of plan going into expansion. But the AMO Racing, like the professional horse team, they're arranging all this for us. Omnihorse, like as of us, we're doing the marketing and operations of all NFT related things.
Understood. And is there anything that I haven't asked so far about the ecosystem, about your plans that you guys are excited about and you guys want to talk about?
We could talk a little bit about this new program that we have coming out called the Royal Program. And we set up this program to pretty much, it's more like of a B2B. We're trying to engage other partners inside of Web 2 and as well as Web 3 to get involved in the Omnihorse ecosystem. The program allows other businesses to get exposure inside of our metaverse, as well as give their businesses visibility by naming a horse and having that horse represent their business at an elite level competition such as Breeders' Cup to get millions of viewers. And we'll have forms inside of our Discord for any projects or anyone that would like like to have more information about this.
Okay, great. And what are the requirements for participating in that program?
There aren't really any requirements. It's just if you have an interest in getting your horse into our ecosystem, this is almost like a sponsorship type of program, where a Web2 or Web3 business can come and maybe get involved get exposure to like a certain percentage of that horse, and then once they do that, they'll be able to, more like the most impactful thing I feel like with this program is just being able to name the horse and having the horse represent you at a major race.
Right on. Okay, cool. And I mean, we are coming towards the end of the AMA here. I know that you guys have plans on governance, pushing out a governance program. And one of the things I was curious about is, do you really want folks that know like little to nothing about horse racing to be voting on things like jockeys and race campaigns?
Yeah, that's something that we're going to work on in the future. As far as the governance tokens, we haven't yet picked a definitive route for that yet, but we do want people to have a say so in the jockey clubs that they're a part of. So we will have a governance type of situation like a DAO, so that the members of each jockey club can decide, like what they would want to do with their horses.
And I guess the last question for me is, when can we expect, the game is early 2023, but what platforms can we expect the game on? Is it going to be web, mobile, or both?
So in the beginning, we're going to be rolling this out through the web, and we have talked about mobile environments in the future for Android and iOS. So that may be coming another quarter, probably Q3 of 2023.
And as I understand, or rather, as you mentioned, there is a PvE mode. Any plans for a PvP mode?
We are still in discussions for that. I would say PvE for now, and not too sure about the play to earn in the future. Great.
Well, before we leave our audience, or rather, before we close things out today, excuse me, is there anything that you want to discuss that I haven't asked about? If so, share it now. Otherwise, do you want to give a quick recap for people that are just joining in, people that are just tuning in, about who you are, what you're building, and why people should have a look and try to get involved with Omnihorse?
Yeah, so actually Omnihorse, yeah, I don't know if the audience has more questions. I'm definitely willing to answer. So raise your hand if you have more questions. But Omnihorse, summing up, Omnihorse is an ecosystem bridging like the real life race horses to the metaverse, to Web3, and giving like these NFT holders, to our participants in the game, a almost like a owner like experience, as well as like for those people who think that there's too high of a threshold entering this sport, we're definitely giving an easy way in for participating, and for building your interest into the sport, as well as like building a community around horse racing, as well as the mission of bringing more young people and have this sport being like almost digitalized again, because we see a lot we also see a lot of other projects who are doing like horse racing NFTs, but for Omnihorse, the true difference, and I think that's what makes us unique, that ever, is we have these real life race horses, and we're going to actually bridge them with all of their data, using our own unique AI program to mirror that into our metaverse, so that each of like the race events in the metaverse, people who play our games to experience that real fairness and transparent game, which we think is like very important for a game to be like available to for a game that's like public facing and people who actually spend money on their NFTs should definitely be entitled to like a multifaceted experience rather than just holding on to like one side of what Omnihorse ecosystem offers. So that's why we have a lot of different plans, as well as different like elements in the ecosystem. It's all about the utilities, and we also believe like people should have that experience in our ecosystem. But we're continuously building, so if there's any more news, we'll definitely make announcement and also jump onto other AMAs to talk about more. But I would say like joining the Discord is definitely the first step to begin, and also keep track of us on social media.
Great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Alice, Frederick, and Christian of the Omnihorse ecosystem. If you want to learn more about Omnihorse, go to omnihorse.io, join their Discord, engage with their Telegram and Twitter. If you have any questions, hop in either of those socials, DM them. They seem very transparent, very open to answering questions. And also remember, I pinned the allow list giveaway to the top of this space. They're giving away 10 allow list spots to Whalecoin Talk members exclusively. So we thank you guys for that. Remember that everything you hear on Whalecoin Talk is for educational purposes only. Nothing here is financial advice. So everyone be safe out there. My name is Noah, signing out. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I'll draw the allow list winners later. But thank you for having us, Noah. And thank you.
Thank you, Noah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Frederick. Thank you, Christian. Take care, guys.